Let's dive on into the next one, huh? Zoe Fizz, if you haven't seen it before, is one of the many Runeterra decks that you can find up on my website. This is my favorite aggressive deck in the format. It is an elusive aggro deck. Elusive makes sure things harder to block. Zoe also has a really sweet payoff into the late game as we go. So whenever she hits the opponent, she creates a super cool star chart, which helps you invoke Estra Celestials to generate card advantage. And then eventually she levels when she's seen you play 10 different cards with different names. And her level node gets a little bit bigger and shares keywords across all of your allies for the rest of the game. We've got things like Lunari Shadestalker, Sparklefly, Zap Sprayfin, Wiggly Burblefish, along with Mentor of the Stones to pump them up. And then we've got variety of tools like Sunblessed Vigor, Pocket Aces, and Pale Cascade to help keep our tools, our threats alive. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how it feels today. Any suggestion for the best green stompy deck? Yeah, the Frel Alliance deck on my website is the best stompy style deck in the format. I think Zip. You ever go full tryhard mode and get as high in the rank ladder as possible? Nope. I get generally speaking $10 to $20 per deck submission. So in terms of being able to do content as my job, it makes way more sense for me to focus on playing viewer submissions. I'm a big fan of having a place to live and food to eat. Zoe is unfortunately just going to die to that. I think we just play Goat here and trade with their 3-2.
Honor guide me.
Another billionaire. I promise you, I am not one of the 56 new people that became a billionaire in 2020. Speaking of billionaires, thanks for taking a little bit of Jeff Bezos' money and sending it my way, Coley. I appreciate the Prime support. Thanks for the 11 months.
Fortune favors the bold.
Just for the record, for people that are new to the channel and you think moderation in a Twitch chat is weird, if a timeout is something that's gonna ruffle your feathers, this Twitch channel's not a very good culture fit for you, and I'd recommend watching someone else.
Like a fish in water. Blessed is Mosha. Love ya.
Alan said on stream earlier that Zoe is the best champion released in the entire Call of the Mountain set. Do you agree? Oh, you mean in all 3 parts? I have to look at the list, but yeah, that's probably not unreasonable. I got timed out yesterday and my girlfriend broke up with me because of it. I mean, I don't think it's fair to compare to previous Trundle. God bless, Killer.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
So we're in the attempt to race with Sparklefly portion of the game. Which we might be able to successfully do here. I guess Misfortune's leveling next turn, which makes it tricky. If we can survive this turn, we should be able to kill them next turn. That's gonna make that pretty challenging, though. What if I get a Crescent Strike? I'm gonna play Nightshade Stalker here, because this can technically block some of these and not die.
Always forward.
Be brave. Fear not death.
Okay.
Turn me to it.
Play Fizz as an extra blocker just in case here.
Time to get rowdy.
Oh, gem up the lifelinker's a good thought.
No regrets, no mercy.
Not dead, click OK. Is that just lethal? You're bad at math because they have an overwhelm unit.
You can't do
That's okay, my opponent's also bad at math. I guess they could have sharp sight here, technically. Oh, you think they thought they got a scout attack? Yeah, they already got a scout attack for the turn. Alright, so opponent messed up there a little bit. We were able to capitalize on it. Blue Mage, thanks for the follow. And Space Orphan, I think I missed you a few minutes ago. If you're still here, welcome to the channel. Make It Rain says at random, but it picks targets when it goes on the stack. I mean, to be fair, we wouldn't have needed them to throw if they didn't have their rally. I mean, it's a good indicator of why tiny decisions change the outcome, or tiny things change the outcome of games, right? Like, either my opponent doesn't make a mistake there, or they don't have rally and they die in that instance. But, like, they had the rally, but they made a mistake. Sunblessed Figure is actually probably really good here. They're almost assuredly a Mystic Shot deck. So we'll probably wait to play Zoe on... Unless they play Teemo on 1, we'll wait to play Zoe on 2 so we can hold up Sunblessed Figure for her. I mean, that had nothing to do with capitalizing on rally. They just needed to know that their thing had overwhelm. I think what someone commented in chat, that they probably didn't realize they weren't going to get another scout attack token, is likely what happened. I would assume they thought they were going to get an attack token there from just attacking with scouts. The Zoe Lee deck is a great example of decks that will reward you for playing them well, because that deck's really fucked up. So if you play it well, your opponent's basically never going to win. That deck's really pushed at the moment. Yeah, the addition of Sparklefly really shored up. You must be new to the channel, Space Orphan. So to give you a little background on myself, before I started streaming Runeterra full-time, I was a full-time streamer doing Magic the Gathering content. So I am no stranger to Wizards of the Coast.
Keep up, keep up.
But Runeterra, in my opinion, is a better game than Magic at this point. So I'd rather spend my time and focus here. With this in play, I definitely want to prioritize making Star Chart cheaper. If they have a Mystic Shot to kill Zoe here, I have a backup Zoe, so that seems fine. Hey, thank you for the brand new Prime support, Space Orphan. There's a lot of great people you can ship that to every single month. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for keeping me making Runeterra stuff. I think this game's got a bright future. I'm really excited to see what the announcement on Friday is. For people that missed it, Riot announced that the League of Legends opening season event would have something that involves Runeterra. Oh, I must have missed it, Tab. I'm sorry about that. Thanks and welcome back. That's true. If you're someone out there like Space Orphan and you don't spend your Prime every month, even if you don't drop your Prime off here, make sure you use your Prime sub somewhere. Think of using your Prime sub as taking money from Jeff Bezos and giving it to someone here on Twitch.
Darkness hides in my path.
We're all tiny Robin Hoods. Yeah, exactly. You get it. Yes, yeah, Zoe is very synergistic with Fizz. The gems are good cards to give Fizz elusive proactively as well. 6, 7, 8 cards. So this is fine. We'll just bank the spell mana. Just deny, I believe. Yeah, Notify doesn't do triggers, and Lee Sin isn't actually a trigger. It's putting a literal Dragon's Rage on the stack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're gonna be short of lethal this turn, no matter how I slice it. She's getting close-ish to leveling. I haven't played a gem yet. So this puts her to 7. 8, 9, 10. Running Citrus Courier. I'd rather just have more threats or things that protect my threats, Brothor, or more pump spells. 1 more month till I'm no longer a target dummy and get to be a real boy. I'm pretty sure you're obligated to change your Twitch username when that happens, target dummy. Thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. 1 Equinox, please. Oh, Zoe did already see Goat. You're right. It was double Mentor lethal. It wasn't lethal through any amount of interaction, and there's a risk. There's a risk to pushing lethal here and having them kill these, and then my hand gets filled with gems and I don't get to draw next turn. Yeah, it was Hearthstone lethal, is accurate. I don't think it's right to push there in that instance. Yeah, the Zoe spell list is one that I'm a little bit empathetic towards in terms of expecting them to implement it. It feels like that would be tough in terms of UI. I agree that it would be great to have, but in terms of actually implementing it, it would probably be on the harder side. There's not, unfortunately. Why are you here?
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though. Mother Moon.
So, Zoe means everything gets elusive from this. And again, this is just an elusive aggro deck that we're playing. A lot of your games look like this, just racing back and forth. Elusive Mentor is very gross. You're not wrong. When I play this deck, I don't get a ton of value from Fizz. What's his role supposed to be? So I think that's a viewpoint that you need to change, basically, Jack, is don't think of Fizz as a value card. Think of Fizz as just another elusive threat. The way this deck plays out with gems and its pump spells is that you frequently are playing spells proactively anyways, so making Fizz be a 1 mana 2/1 elusive tends to be trivial. So he's not a value card so much as he's just another cheap elusive threat that occasionally has built-in protection when people try to kill him. He's a unit that has like some baked in protection essentially. Yeah. And I think that that's kind of a mindset that we see people have a hard time grabbing around cards like Riven too. The champions that are less flashy, the champions that are less flashy aren't are harder for people to stomach a lot of the time. Zoe Soraka, okay. Honestly, I think I'm just keeping all these cards. They sound pretty great. Are there any changes to this spot? So I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I took this off the site. Usually I keep the website lists up to date. I don't want to be a liar, so let me double check. No, this is card for card what's on the site. Yeah, I updated that the other day. Let me at him. He isn't flashy. I think the champions that are just like good rate cards but not flashy, people have a hard time respecting and evaluating. I actually really like Expedition as a format. If you're new to the channel, pretty much everything that I play here are viewer submissions, and Expeditions aren't really particularly popular content. If you would like to see me play an Expedition and you would like to support my content a little bit, you can submit an Expedition the same way you submit a deck. So for $10, it can get added to the queue, and we'll get to it at some point in the future. But streaming's my full-time gig, so generally speaking, I focus on the revenue generators. All other things equal. I like Expeditions, but I don't like them enough more than Constructed to play them over deck submissions, if that makes sense. You're just banking spell mana here, huh? Yeah, the original Hush was 3 mana, and it made 3 mana fleeting copies.
I ain't afraid.
And this is fine, right? Nice, nice.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules. Keep up, keep up.
Looking into the future, I see purple.
Yes, in Runeterra, a spell refers explicitly to cards that are burst spells. It's not like Magic where everything's a spell. So, here's a tough choice. If I Bastion, I lose to Pale Cascade. If I Pale Cascade, I lose to Hush. I think they're more likely to have 3 Pale Cascade than 3 Hush. They played 1 Hush and 1 Cascade already. All right, that actually lets us beat Hush here. Well, I don't. So in this particular instance, I don't consider trading to be a loss. So like, I would be happier if my Zoe lived here but I don't consider it like a huge blowout. It's not a blowout if we trade. I think I just pocket aces there while it's cheaper to push damage. Honestly, we might proactively Bastion this. Huh? Is it crazy to just, like, gain a bunch of life with this? I don't think it is. Oh, that's a good one. No, because I don't want it to permanently get the +2/+2.
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
Mystical levitation requires constant Mother Moon veil.
8, 9, 10, 11. And then we hope to roll an Equinox off of Super Cool Star Chart. Wipe the Overwhelm off of this. Crescent Strike. I think that's fine. If they don't opens, we get to get them. Oh, Spell Thief is a hush. It is, isn't it? That's a good thought.
Go, floating crystals. Whee! No.
No.
Go, floating crystals.
Am I even supposed to block? I feel like I'm not. Yeah, let's not die to... I guess if I don't block, I technically die to Battle Fury plus Pale Cascade, so I'm going to try and trade here. Because we're very likely to kill them next turn on open, so... Well, I hushed, Cuckoo. So because I hushed, they would get the opportunity to play stuff.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Okay, and then I think... Oh, if I play this, I can still play all of these, right? So that's definitely the start.
Hey, Sam.
I think this is going to be a proactive Bastion turn to play around Hush and Frostbites.
Universe demands change. I'm doing.
This deck levels Zoe so consistently. Phelan Archer, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Here's someone new dropping in today, and you haven't seen this deck before. It's so much fun. It's easily my favorite aggro deck in the format. Maybe my #1 favorite deck. I don't know. Zoe Lux is also a lot of fun. This is one of the many decks you're missing out by not checking out my YouTube channel or my website. Both my highlights channel and the Runeterra deck page up on jeffhogan.com are great places to find off-meta deck lists that are competitive. Kogo, thanks for the follow. Spell shield each one spell, or for all spells for the turn? Yeah, it's the first time. Basically, spell shield like gets used up. It like pops, basically. We got a full mulligan here, looking for like Zoes and Fizzes to start our curve. Just like we drew it up.
Look at this reality. You tell
Been loving the no frills deep deck, kind of nice when collecting champions, because you just, when still collect champions, you just toss all the non-champs. Yeah.
Look, I brought you this night bloom. Come home with me?
Alright, this is the part where they Ranger's Guile and then I concede. No Ranger's Guile, fist bump. Why don't you climb to Diamond with these meta decks and then play off meta decks? Because my rank doesn't matter.
Into the future, I see purple.
If you're new to the channel, this is not a tryhard stream. There are many great tryhard Runeterra streams that you can watch. We play games for fun here, and my rank just doesn't. I don't really care. Diaz, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. The real rank was the friends we made along the way, chat. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I should have... This is actually a really big mistake. I should have dug for Equinox here. Okay, we missed it anyways. I should have Equinox before they attacked, because I could have put them off of it. All right, all in. Zoe is a prismatic card that I've paid to upgrade. Rawr. Oh no!
I know what
All
I'm
right,
doing.
we went all in and we lost. That's fine. Good game, Blue Man. Sorry, Zos. I think you pretty much always mulligan Burblefish here. Spelthief's probably not great in this matchup. Zoe into Sparklefly sounds lovely.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly. And ship time.
Have a good one, Tab. Well, that's making some gems. I think based on the context of my current hand, I want to make this cheaper rather than generate another one. I think I just attack here, because if they play like a Sparklefly of their own, they could block Zoe. Yeah, and with this play, now I can Spell Thief their Hush for later, and then Pale Cascade with Nightfall to trade. We haven't had communication on the January patch yet. We'll find out tomorrow if there's a patch on Wednesday. I imagine if it's not Wednesday, it'll be next week.
I am the blade in the darkness. Only the worthy survive.
Yeah, Riot seems to do a lot of things that involves treating their employees like they're actual human beings, which is really strange. Imagine treating your employees like they're people, chat.
Darkness.
Invisible to the ignorant.
To the people in chat that are bullshitting about, and this is the thing, and this is really important. As someone who's aggressively progressive and wants to push companies to do the right things, people that are dragging Riot in chat right now for failings that they have had in the past, yeah, they had people that fucked up there, but my understanding is they've worked to make improvements, and a lot of the changes and things they've done have been very good. So unless you have like recent issues that I'm not familiar with, like, stop dragging up the bullshit from the past constantly when they've made changes and improved their workplace culture. And if there are recent things that have happened that I'm not familiar with, feel free to share them in chat, because I would like to be informed. But honestly, fuck you if you keep dragging up the past. Like, you can't complain that companies are awful and encourage them to change and then drag them constantly still once they've changed. It's super hypocritical. Hey, remember that time I asked for a source and then you just brought up more bullshit in chat? Asking you for a source and then just repeating the thing you said before is a really quick way to get timed out here. I'm frequently wrong, just ask my wife, but if you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong, you better link something relevant explaining how and why.
My skill is unrivaled.
We're gonna make Burble Fish free here. Companies like Riot need defending. I'm not defending Riot in general so much as I'm defending the culture of people dogpiling on things that people and companies and stuff that has happened in the past. There's never forgiveness, there's only retribution, and there's no avenue to allow things to change.
Unseen, unheard.
So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're gonna life gain 2 back. That's elusive now. If they have Overwhelm for this, we're probably dead. I guess I could technically get something with Challenger. Hey, thanks for the quarter view, Crispy. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Stop eating or no more walkies! Where did you get that?
Stunning our lifesteal is a big deal. Well, yeah, and that's the God's honest truth, Violet Journey. A lot of people aren't actually looking for things to change; they're just looking to be upset. They're looking for something to be pissed off about.
Dodge this.
Oh, we have to full block here, don't we? I suppose I can Bastion one to save it. I guess I'm technically not dead, right? If I block like this, they could concussive palm me again though. Do I want to play around concussive palm? Yeah, Hush also gets us. Oh, Twitch chat. Okay, this could be lethal next turn. If this draws Pale Cascade or Pocket Aces, we have lethal. That is also lethal.
Go with the flow.
Okay.
We are one and the same, Sunchild.
No more of your lies, Lunala. Enter, traveler, and stop staring.
If you can't think of any company doing worse than Riot, maybe thinking isn't your strong suit. Big mood. Big mood, Flame Burst. I can't think of any company. Well, let me tell you about this company called Amazon, of which Twitch is a subsidiary, as we have our "there is no ethical consumption under capitalism" dialogue of the afternoon. Moonlight there really coming in clutch compared to Hush being a double silence. Actually, so one of the questions, well, comparing a private company to the government isn't really a fair one-to-one comparison. Also, I also think it's important to saying this, it's also important to understand that, like, saying this other company is worse doesn't excuse the bad things one company does. Just bringing in general, bringing up another company when discussing one is always bad and lazy, and it's a whataboutism. Yeah, like, that's the key, Killer X. Like, I am not educated and informed on all things, and I know other people aren't as well, which is why you frequently hear me say, okay, if I'm wrong about this, send me some information and inform me, help me learn. I don't expect people to know everything, but I do expect, if you're going to present an opinion on something, that you're able to back it up with meaningful information. Don't just put bullshit out there. Misinformation propagates way quicker across social media avenues than actual factual information does. Man, that's... I think I'd rather Sparklefly. And then we'll pocket aces onto Sparkles next turn. Keeping Sparkles big in these kind of matchups is important. Are you misinformation? Because I'm Mr. Information.
Humanity is obsolete. Can you improve perfection? Hey, take it to the gun show.
So, I wanted to use this to proactively hit Fizz next turn, but I think we gotta do this to eat one of these here for sure. It's just too profitable of an exchange for us. Mario Wildemir, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Can I use the onion as a source for nonsensical arguments? God bless.
Say no to Fizz.
They are a PNZ deck. This could get Mystic Shotted here. They also have access to things like Hush here.
Safety disengaged. Fire till nothing moves.
Is it crazy to pass here to play around Hush? It's gotta be crazy.
Do this.
Death Ray, sure.
Can you improve perfection?
Exalt me like the
You haven't lived until you've asked for a source and then been sent an onion article. Is that a thing that's happened to you? I'm so sorry.
gems are superb. Bad for the teeth.
Bad for the teeth, though.
System upgrade. Join me if you want to live.
So, I actually think I'm popping this here because the gems mean I can double Burblefish next turn, right? It preserves my life total a bit too, which is nice.
A glowing beam.
Ramp, most companies don't give you a new pool of sick time when the year starts. You accrue sick time over the course of working. So like you get so many vacation or sick time or whatever you have over the course of your working. So this costs 5 mana to play proactively, and I have 7 total. So I can actually do this. Well, no, usually it rolls over for him. Your boyfriend has a job that gives total sick time and vacation at the beginning of the year. Interesting. I think that's probably atypical in today on average.
Safety disengaged. Rise, metal brethren.
As someone who's looked at benefit packages at lots of large companies, that's not the norm that I've seen.
Coming in.
Pitiful.
Wow, that's a savage blowout. Woof.
Can you improve perfection?
Opponent's board is also small, so we're not just dead here. That being said, they're drawing some deal 2s and deal 3s, like they're going to be able to murder their way through my units here soon. Okay, this makes no sense to me. Why am I able to grab a Death Ray Mach 2, but I can't grab a Pack Your Bags? That's gotta be bugged, right? That's gotta be bugged. You cannot grab Pack Your Bags. You actually can't, Blevins. I've literally played Spell Thief against someone who's only played Pack and... There's videos of me playing Spell Thief against someone who's only played Pack and Go Hard, and it only offers me Go Hard. Unless something changed on the server backend since then. But the week the expansion released, we definitely did that, exactly that. Did Swim nab one, or did he Spell Thief it? Nab works, Spell Thief does not. No, there's at no point. So this only takes cards that they've actually cast. For reference, when I originally asked one of the Riot devs before the set released if I could Spell Thief a Pack Your Bags, they said they thought I should be able to. So I'm pretty sure the fact that you can't is a bug. Because the way, if that's not a bug, this card's wording needs updating. Because this card says nothing about transforms or current states of my opponent's cards. It simply says copy a spell that they've played. So if they've played Pack, I should be able to get it myself. I waited to play Zoe here so we could Bastion her against their first piece of removal. No, that's not how it works, Blue Man. Because they haven't played a Go Hard at that point. Or a Pack the Bags at that point. No, Tom Kench is completely unrelated. Tom Kench is creating a card that's linked to a specific card.
Oh yeah.
You're right, created versus transformed is the difference there. That's an important distinction. Yeah, Spell Thief isn't taking anything from them. It's creating a new card based on something they've played. HDWS, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so what? The cards in my opponent's deck and the state that they're in is irrelevant to Spell Thief as Spell Thief is worded. Alright, so I actually think Sunblessed figure is probably really good here in the mirror, letting my 1-drops block their 1-drops. I'm going to mulligan the rest of these, looking for my 1-drops. Pretty sure I'm just supposed to trade when offered here. I just don't think Brahm's very good, Petra. And I think Brahm is specifically has anti-synergy with Scargrounds because Scargrounds and Brahm both need a lot of bench space to be maximized. Obikari and Finding Nico, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel. So, Pocket Aces beats Pale Cascade, so I think that's the play here.
No fear.
Hush, they trade, and it's a 2-for-2, so I think that's a win for me.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Like the opponent might have miscalculated something there. What you doing over there? It's 11 months silence. It's been almost 13 weeks since I played Magic the Gathering. And what a quality of life improvement it's been.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
It requires concentration. Warbly burbly fish. Equinox. Crescent Strike's not bad. No. Oh, they can't stun our Fizz at least, right? Because we'll Bastion him. Or they'll counter him. That's rude. They're gonna stun these two. I definitely just Bastion here, right? And we hit them for 8 and get into their super cool star chart. So, I have to asterisk here because there's a second small bug with Spell Thief, is that the wording on Spell Thief says you take a spell that's been played, and played and cast are different. Played means put onto the stack. Cast means its result, and those two things are different in Runeterra. And with Spell Thief, you can grab things that are on the stack currently with the asterisk that you cannot take the very first spell of the game that they've played while it's on the stack, and I believe that's a bug. What's we at? So he's at 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10. As long as I am able to not play Magic and make content as a full-time job, I am not intending to play more Magic the Gathering. Unless something drastically changes with Runeterra, which I don't really envision happening based on how Riot's managed the game so far. Bastion. That's a paddle in. I think they have another Crescent Strike here based on a Spell Thief. Yeah. Randy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And then this is lethal on its own, right? I also have this. Or something drastically changes with magic which has similar odds. Yes, accurate. This is dead anyways, right?
You're gonna need a bigger boat. Got him!
What if a bad deck or a main deck play build Trickster is possible? It's probably just worse than all of the Demacia rally stuff. Or if you really want to rally, Orange Man's probably better. And even Orange Man's not specifically very good. We're gonna full mulligan looking for our 1-drops. This isn't terrible. If the opponent has Plaza, this matchup's hard. Because it lets them control our board very nicely. That's Dennis, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Almost afternoon.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
Citrus Courier is in the instance of Runeterra, Citrus Courier is the Orange Man for people that are confused. Yep. Yeah, Dialda blocks.
Like a fish in water.
Noise. Just want to spread out my power here a little bit.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Virtue guides me.
So they have single combat. The question is, do I hold up the +2 defense to try and get them if they single combat my lifesteal, or do I take the guaranteed 2/3? If they play around, if I don't play this and they play around Sunblessed Figure and hit this, I have way less damage this turn. I think I just take the guaranteed 8 here. Yeah, they could also just have Sharp Sight, that's true. I think these builds, the fact that they're playing Hecarim's Champion spell, whatever it's called, implies they're playing one of the bigger builds usually, and I think those builds don't usually play Sharp Sight, but obviously there's a lot of variation in lists still too. That's definitely the case.
There was hope. Once. History is anguish.
They have another single combat here or not. Eight, 9, 10, 11. So if this draws Pale, Cascade, or Pocket Aces, we kill them. Alright, I mean, well, they didn't have single combat last turn, right? Did I miscount? Oh no, I miscounted. It's a good thing we drew that. I miscounted, chat. There was a free 3-1 on top of our deck, though. Wow, they drew single combat for the turn. That's brutal. Are we dead on the backswing? He might be dead on the backswing. Heckram's real good. Is he leveling? He's not leveling yet. Okay, it could be our saving grace. Oh, you know what? I should have played the jailbreak. Not playing this last turn could lose us the game. Which I'd have Goat as a blocker here as well right now. This still isn't quite leveling up though, right? Yeah. That's terrifying.
Looking into the future.
This is lethal with this next turn, right? Yeah, we're fine right now. We're fine. It's not a big deal, chat. We had them dead. This is how these elusive decks work. You race down to the very end using your life total as a resource to not die, and then you slip past them for exact C's. We're gonna lose to Sharp Sight for 2 pieces of removal. You wiggle past. I think Maokai and Dur should play Entreat, or is that too greedy? I think that's probably just not necessary. I think you find your Maokais pretty consistently in that deck, because like you have other things that toss. The best Plaza deck, Scouts, hit a 60% win rate. So, data doesn't lie, but liars love data. So, assume, based on the phrasing of your statement there, that because you felt it necessary, no, we beat Rally. If they rally, I get to attack before they do. Because you felt it was necessary to tell me, if they had Rally last turn, because you felt it was necessary to tell me Scouts was a Plaza deck, you're looking to push the narrative that Plaza is the problem. Is that assumption safe? That's the only reason I can think of to mention that it's explicitly a Plaza deck. I'm gonna just wiggle on over here. Beast plus Vengeance doesn't, right? Correct, but Vengeance isn't a card their archetype usually plays. They're an aggro deck. They are very, very aggressive. I like to end on a high note. Just like a pretty high note. I'm super happy with this deck. This is card for card what's been up on my website since a couple days after the expansion dropped. it's mostly 3-ofs at this point. There's a couple of cheeky 2-ofs and like a cheeky Affliction Bastion split. Today was actually the first day we had good sets with Moonlight Affliction, and I was super, super happy with this card, and I think it's definitely worth its slot. The big reason why I think Moonlight Affliction is better than Hush in this deck specifically is with Zap Spray Fin in this deck, we're looking to maximize our chances of Zap drawing a +2 attack spell. So Pocket Aces and Pale Cascade are things we're most interested in hitting. Occasionally, you pick up Guiding Touches and Spell Thief, but like this often gets combat tricks from your opponent that help you kill them, and Guiding Touch at least gives you a redraw. So I prefer Affliction over Hush for Zap considerations because this maximizes that our Zap's going to be able to find us. I guess it finds Sunblessed Figure too, but maximize the chance that Zap finds us a specific type of card. At any rate, we're going to be done with this one for the day, but don't go anywhere. Thanks everybody for hanging out today, by the way. We're over 600 people.